If you're anything like me, you don't always have 40 hours to dump into a game just to see the credits roll. Life is busy. I get it. You got work, you got school, you got family, but that doesn't mean we still can't enjoy some amazing games. So today I'm breaking down 10 short but satisfying campaigns that you can finish in a weekend. And the best thing about it is that every single one of them is worth your time. So let's get into it. Coming in at number 10, we got Half-Life 2. Half-Life 2 is still one of the most polished, tight, and engaging shooters ever made. It's about 10 and a half hours long, but it's still worth every second, especially if you never played it. You start off in this world, you have no idea who you are or what's going on, but you get that sense of what the hell should I do next? And that's something that's lost in a lot of games these days. A lot of games kind of like walk you through everything and give you hints here and there and really don't leave you stuck at all. This reminds me of back when I used to have to look up guides and stuff like that. So it really was a breath of fresh air for me, and it was a great time. This is what we considered high octane before Call of Duty existed. All right, this was fast, it was mean, it was action packed, and it's definitely a good time and definitely worth checking out if you never played. And at number 9, we got God of War. Now, if you stay focused on the story and don't get sidetracked by the side quests, God of War can be finished in a weekend. It's about 20 hours long, and the narrative is overall just incredible. All right, the combat feels heavy, and Kratos, he's still that guy. But who are we kidding? You're probably still going to want to do the side quests and stuff like that because the game is overall awesome, right? It's a really fun time, and if you haven't played, this is definitely one to check out, and it's definitely a story worth getting into. Coming in at number 8, we got Before Your Eyes, and this is easily the most emotional game on the list. I'm not gonna lie. I don't get emotional over games at all, but this one had me wanting to tear up. I'm not even gonna lie. And it's literally about 90 minutes long, but it'll hit you right in the feels, all right? This is one of the games where, like, I felt it while I was playing, and then the next day I woke up like, man, that was deep. That was really something. It really harps on the idea that life can pass by in a blink, and you play the game by blinking. I think where the magic lies within this game is that there are a lot of moments within the game, campaign, and story where you want to kind of sit there and take it in and see what's going on. But unfortunately, you have to blink unless you're just some type of mutant. You have to blink and you have to pass it by. So it speaks on a lot of different themes and is definitely worth a play. This is one that I would highly, highly, highly recommend you play. It is absolutely worth your time, and you can play it in one sitting, which is awesome. And at number 7, we got Moons of Madness. Think Lovecraft in space. All right, this game is weird, it's atmospheric, and creepy in all the right ways. And this game takes about 5 to 6 hours to complete, and it has like really eerie exploration on Mars, and it's perfect for a one-sit game night. It would be an understatement to say that this game is weird. If you can jump scare me in a game these days, then you definitely earned my time and my money, and this is definitely a good one. It has a unique story and an interesting story at that. The story in this game really urges you to dig deeper and try to figure out what's going on here. But when I figured it out, I was like, wow, that was actually a really good adventure. And it was a short, tight, action-packed piece, and definitely worth a playthrough. And at number 6, we got Deliver Us the Moon. You can finish Deliver Us the Moon in about 4 to 6 hours. This is another space-themed game that has a story that's really intriguing. I mean, I wasn't really the biggest fan of how they delivered the story through these holograms, but at the end of the day, it was really something where it kept me engaged throughout the time. They actually came out with a second game for this. There's a part 2. I haven't really been able to get into that one yet, but what it seems is that they upped the ante a little bit, added some new mechanics, climbing, things like that. And compared to the first one, you actually have a named protagonist, so that's something to look forward to. Overall, Deliver Us the Moon is a short game, but it's definitely worth the time, definitely worth the playthrough. And in the end, it feels satisfying enough that you're like, wow, it was really worth that 6 hours. Coming in at number 5, you got Observation. This one is different because you play from the perspective of an AI watching disaster unfold. See, it's eerie, it's mysterious. It's a short ride that keeps you locked in for about 5 hours tops. And I found it really unique. I thought it was going to be kind of straightforward, like, okay, sci-fi, things are messed up, space station crash, people are missing, but it turned out to be something really more weird than I could have imagined. And it was a great time at the end of the day, and in my opinion, it was worth the playthrough that I gave it. And at number 4, we got Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Now, Hellblade is intense, visually, emotionally, and narratively. So you're battling both real enemies and inner demons within this game. And this game takes about 6 to 7 hours, but it is absolutely immersive, and especially if you have the headphones on. This game is one of the best looking games that Xbox has released in a very long time. Just from a graphics standpoint, it's amazing. I'm not even going to front. It's really story driven. So you're not going to get the most like in-depth combat that you ever played in your life. But I don't feel like that's what this is for, and that's what this is about. This, in my opinion, was just to show how far they can actually push next gen if they really tried. And I think the studio behind this actually went all in on that accord. And I think they passed with flying colors when it came to that. The story is not bad. This was a good time for me. It was something engaging, and it's something that you could play in little small pieces. And when you come back to it, you don't feel lost or like confused as to what happened last time. It's really digestible. And overall, this is a good play. At number 3, we got Split Fiction. Split Fiction plays with a narrative structure in a way that makes both sides of the story hit differently. And you can finish this one in about 12 to 13 hours. This is definitely one of those hidden gems, but not so much. I really feel like this game deserved a lot more than it got. But overall, you know, you have to play this with a friend. It's a co-op game only, and you are playing as Zoe and Mio, and their worlds collide because they had got caught in this machine that's a story simulator, and they found out the guy that made the machine is trying to steal their ideas. Straightforward, but the game is zany, it's fun, it has a lot of weird moments, it has a lot of great mechanics, but overall, from beginning to end, it's worth a playthrough. And at number 2, we got Space Marine 2. What they did with this game here is something amazing. I really enjoyed every second of Space Marine 2, and this was a game that really got me into Warhammer. I wasn't the biggest Warhammer fan prior to this, but this game right here, it had so much of the lore packed into it that I was like, man, I really want to know what this is. Oh, what's that flying baby thing? I want to know what that is. And it really drove me to go and figure out more about Warhammer. And then next thing you know, I started reading the books. So this is one, if you're not a fan of Warhammer, you could definitely get into it. And I found that it was so well done that it made me want to get into the game. And you can finish it in under 10 hours, which is great. And they definitely have some DLC coming. They have some multiplayer stuff that you can do. But overall, I think this was well done. And I'm looking forward to Space Marine 3 whenever that drops. And at number 1, we got Black Ops 6. Look, you could not go wrong with a Black Ops game when it's done right, of course. And Black Ops 6 is a 5 to 6 hour roller coaster of stealth, explosion, and wild plot twists. At the end of the day, this is really high octane. It's Call of Duty. You know, like, you know what to expect from Call of Duty these days. And they really hit the nail on the head with this one. And it's overall a good time. And it's not one that hangs around too long. You can finish the game in about 8 hours, which is a shift. So if you have a job where, let's say, you could sit down and do a little bit of what you want, then you can finish this before your shift is over. Not suggesting that you do that, but I'm just saying if you wanted to, you could. But overall, Black Ops 6 is just more Call of Duty fun. And it's a game where Call of Duty does what Call of Duty does best. And it's not one of those Modern Warfare 3 level finesses that we had in the past. And there you have it, 10 games you can knock out in a weekend that don't skimp on quality. So whether you're into action, narrative, or horror, there's something on this list for every type of gamer. So let us know in the comments which one of these is your favorite. And also, thank you so much for checking out this video, watching it to the end. And if you like what you do, consider subscribing. Don't forget to drop us a like, and we will see you all in the next one.